There. So what exactly is kombucha? Well, it's a fermented tea that actually relies on sugar to ferment. So what I actually have here and what we use here is an organic cane sugar. So very different from like your red past sugars, okay? So this is an unprocessed type of sugar. And what that does is it creates an acidic environment inside this tea that we have made here. And what's really unique about kombucha is it actually uses two different environments to ferment. So it uses an aerobic environment and an anaerobic environment. So the first fermentation process we see, or the first stage, is aerobic. So what we're actually seeing is this thing actually having an oxygen-rich environment after we put that SCOBY in there. And as it's allowed to breathe, the culture starts producing oxygen, and it starts to break down those nutrients with that oxygen that's coming in. The second stage is anaerobic, and you can actually see I've started some tea here. This was started April 28th, and if you come have a look at it, you can see that we're starting to see that second stage starting there. So you can see there's a SCOBY that's starting to grow along the top. Okay, and as that SCOBY grows along the top, it starts out very, very thin, and eventually what it'll do is it'll completely encompass that entire top of that tea. And what it'll do is it'll create that anaerobic environment. It'll seal everything up inside of it. And during this time, it's actually creating carbon monoxide, and it's also creating ethanol as well. Now you may say ethanol, hey, that's alcohol. Yeah, it is alcohol. But one of the things that the kombucha is doing while it's brewing is it's actually going to eat that ethanol that's in there. And that's what creates those health benefits that we find in kombucha. So as the anaerobic gas actually builds up with the brew, we'll eventually give it that fizziness. So that's what the carbon dioxide is actually doing, is producing that fizziness that we get in kombucha.